Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry Lawrence, and I'm so excited to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about why your life, why the experience you're having is as it is, and how to shift into the one of your dreams. And make sure to stay tuned to the very end because we're going to take a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message and move forward throughout the day. So, something that you must understand, in fact, this perspective is so important that once you understand, you know what to do. Once you know that your external world is a reflection of your internal state, like truly understand what that means, once you know that, you can make the change. If you keep looking to change externally, that's like looking at the mirror and trying to fix something on the mirror as if it would change something within you. If you have a cut on your arm and you're looking in the mirror and you're watching yourself bleed, and then you take a band-aid and you apply it to the mirror, you are not actually changing yourself. In fact, you could put the band-aid on the mirror and you would see the band-aid over your arm, but yet you would still be believing because it's not on you. The world is a reflection of you. You see, it's that way because as you perceive yourself, you will perceive the world. Life is just an experience that you perceive. That's why two people can experience the same thing but yet have two different experiences. Movies or songs are perfect examples of this. Think about a song and think about just a random song that comes to mind. Now, think about a song when you went through heartache. Maybe you went through a breakup, or you lost someone, or you're going through a difficult time, or you needed inspiration, and there's just that one song that you would listen to, that you would tune into, that felt like it was speaking directly to you. Well, if you weren't going through that event, that song wouldn't have that meaning. Or maybe there's another song or another movie that you've listened to or watched and it didn't mean so much to you. Then you go through an event and then it means everything to you because it applies so much. The song didn't change, the movie didn't change, you changed. So your perceptions of things change because of what happened within you, and then you perceive an external song and it means and receives something different to you or sends something different to you. That's why you are always the focus. It's always within you. Everything is happening for you. So that mirror that you're seeing yourself in, that reflection, it's happening for you so you can see yourself and then make a change. When you run into an obstacle in life, when you face resistance, you're facing yourself. It's not the resistance. It's your mind that's telling you to quit. Think about if you're going for a run or you're doing some type of exercise, it's your mind that starts telling you to stop, starts telling you you've gone far enough. Easy, take a break. Or when you're dealing with a situation, it's your mind that tells you this person's doing this. It's always a battle with self. The limiting factor is always you. If you can convince yourself that you can do more, then you'll do more. If you can convince yourself that something is right, then you'll do it. It's why people do things that aren't good, but they think it is good because based on their perception it is. It's why people do things that are hurtful because based on their perception it's not. You have to understand that. In fact, you get to understand that. That's all this life is ever giving you. Every time you go against something, every time you try to grow, you can either look at it externally and say, okay, well, it's my boss that's the problem. It's the economy that's the problem. It's the food that's the problem. It's the traffic that's the problem. We can do that, but that's pointing at the mirror. Or we can reflect on ourselves and say, well, why am I not satisfied in this situation? Why can I not be in traffic and feel okay? Why do I feel stress and anxiety when someone else can be in the same traffic? And you might think, well, it might be the pressures at home, it might be the pressures at work, it might be all these external factors. No matter what you do, you're still taking you there, so you might as well focus on you and not the external. It's all reflective. If you have inner peace within, meaning if you're all good in here, no matter where you go, you're going to all be good. Meaning if the thing is due tomorrow, but you're all good within, you're going to be okay. You get the diagnosis that isn't what you wanted, you're still good because you're good within. It no longer matters what's happening externally. See, it's not about changing the external world, it's about changing your perceptive of it. And that affects so many different things. If you perceive something as negative and happening to you, then you're going to find that experience in it, and then you're going to expand that because that's what we do. Whatever we focus on, we expand. But if you see something as positive, as uplifting, as opportunity, then you will find that within it and you will expand it. Your perception is everything, and your experience is a reflection of that. If you have a negative perception, meaning you think that everyone is wrong, or these people are bad, or that is evil, or this is heavy, then you will find that. Because the world, this universe, is way more abundant than you understand. the abundance of everything is really not comprehensible. You truly can't understand how good something can be and how bad something can be, how fulfilling something can be and how empty something can be. It's infinite. And you powerful being, tune your frequency. So you can tune your frequency into something high so that no matter where you're going, you're going to see what's high. Or you can tune your frequency down. No matter where you're going, you're going to see what's down. And you have to understand that it's not right or wrong. You are not good for having high frequency, and you're not bad for having low frequency. You just are. So make a choice. You are not good for complaining about what's wrong in the world and making a point of like, well, this is bad, and pointing it out to everybody to save them from the bad. You're not good for doing that, and you're not bad for doing that. You are just creating an experience. If you see all the good in the world and you highlight this is good, this is good, this is good, you're not good for doing that and you're not bad for doing that. You are just doing that. And so when you free yourself of, is this a good energy to be tapped into? Is this a bad energy to be tapped into? Is this a bad way to think? Is this a good way to think? If you free yourself from that and understand it's just a way, you get to decide. What do you want in life? Do you want to go into a situation and always see what the funniest thing is? Do you want to go in a situation and always see what the most healing thing is, the most forgiving thing, the most loving, the most abundant, the most wealth, the most power, the most strength, the most whatever? Decide. And so when you decide on that thing, when you say, okay, I want to be the person that no matter what I go through, no matter what the situation is, I will find the love in it. No matter what happens, I will find the love in a situation. When you become that person, you're going to get really good at finding love because you can start practicing that right now. You can look at your life. You can look in the car you're in. You can listen to this podcast to find something. You can look at your lunch you're going to have and try to find where is the love. And you can't say there isn't any. If you're not seeing any, it's because your perception is so narrow. You have to scale back further so that you can see it. When you scale back further, you can see beyond self and you can see where good will happen. If you have a terrible childhood, terrible things happen to you. If you have that and it's really, really bad, then you grow up to be an adult. Imagine the amazing childhood that you can give to your children. All the pain, all the hurt, all the things that you went through, imagine what you can give because you know what you do not want to experience and you don't want to give. I think about it with my parents. You can probably think about with others. There's every situation for whatever was not what you wanted in it. It can inspire you to create the opposite. So remember, the world is always a reflection of you. So focus on you. What we're going to do is we're going to take a deep healing breath. And when you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you are surrounded by cameras. So as you close your eyes, imagine that there's all these cameras, but they're facing away. And as soon as you start breathing, every single camera turns its focus on you. But you're not nervous as you do this. You're not scared. You're not surprised. You're happy. Because these cameras are cameras of acknowledgement, of love. And so as you breathe in, they turn onto you. They're focused on you. Everything's focused on you. Breathe in. As that breath comes in, you just feel the focus. And then as you hold your breath, know that if you move your hand, the world moves. If you tilt your head, the world tilts. You see those cameras following, projecting what to create. If you have a positive thought while you're holding your breath, the cameras see that and they put it into the world. Just take a moment to realize everything is watching you to give you what you are. And then as you exhale, allow peace to find you. Allow expectation to leave you. Allow yourself to just be. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Take this thought. The world is a reflection of me. It's hard because there's some things in this world that you're dealing with where you say, how could that be a reflection of me? That person is evil. That person is bad. That person is angry. That person is a thief. Whatever it is, you can see that in the world. You say, how is this person a reflection of me? How is this experience a reflection of me? It has to be true. It has to be true. 100%. The world is a reflection of you, not the things in it, but the way you experience it. So you don't have to change people. Just because you become good doesn't mean someone else has become good. Just because you become rich doesn't mean someone else is going to become rich. It's your perceptions of the things will change. So when you learn how to find good in you, you will find good in others. If you're finding hate in others, guess what's within you? And if you don't think it's there, you're wrong. You have to reflect. Those that don't reflect project. So if you are seeing things in the world and saying these are not within me, then you are projecting it. It may not be in the same form, but it's there. So fill yourself with love, fill yourself with power, fill yourself with grace, whatever you need, and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It'll keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you are someone that's listening to these episodes, and you want to shift your perspective, you want to see more, you want to understand more about yourself, your experience, and you want to expand, I do still have a coaching spot available. There's only one right now, but more might open up in the future. But this is for someone that really wants to make a shift. This is not someone that is just getting started in the journey or wanting to just do a little bit at the time. Just stick with the podcast, stick with what you're doing there. But if you're someone that wants to make drastic changes in their day-to-day, they want to change and rewire the way that they think and then watch their business change, watch their life change, watch their household change, then this is for you. The best way to reach out to me is either through Instagram, which that's at RealHenryG, Instagram at RealHenryG. There's a link down below for that, or my email. It's henry@vibeabundant.com. That's henry@vibeabundant.com, and reach out and just tell me what it is you're looking to do. I'll give my best advice then, my best perspective then. And if it makes sense for us to talk and work together, we can talk about that as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.